Hello everybody, welcome to the first video of bullet journaling. If you are stumbling upon this video for the first time, pause and go back to the previous video, which was about the introduction to journaling as such. All right, and if you've completed that, welcome again. This is a series of videos that I'm making where I will be sharing about my personal experiences with the method of bullet journaling, and we will be doing this series in four different parts. The first part is mainly about the pre-preparation of the mind and our habit to get into the actual bullet journaling system, right? Once we are pre-prepared, once we are ready, once we've understood the stuffs, we'll go to the second part, which will be about learning the bullet journaling system. All right, so it's not like it's a book, it's an actual method, it's an actual process, it's an actual system that we have to learn, which we will do in the next part. And post that, the third basic part in which we will study about bullet journaling is the actual practice, where we will put in the actual using of bullet journaling as a daily practice after learning the actual system. Okay, once we are well versed with the practice of bullet journaling, we will make it more beautiful by diving deep into the art of bullet journaling. Fine. As I mentioned in my previous video, this is not like a 1 day or a 2 day thing. It requires a series of practice. It requires many days, and don't be overwhelmed that okay, it will be like too much. It's just little daily. Okay, but consistency is expected. Otherwise, there is no point in starting it at all. All right. So let us start with the first part, that is the pre-preparatory part of bullet journaling, and that is mainly the introduction. Okay, so let me just brush you with my introduction and how I stumbled upon and how I started and how I learned this method of bullet journaling. Personal story. Hi, my name is Hemali, and the whole idea of realizing that I needed something like this in my life was around let's say 12 years ago, when my mom just called me at my home, her home, and she had this box, and she told me to just go through that box and stuff whatever there inside and keep what I needed and just throw away the rest. So I just opened up the box, and it was a mess of old stuffs. I had this old notebooks and cards and cutouts and scrapbooks and stuff like that. All right. One of it was very important to me. However, it was like from my childhood memories, and it was a sketchbook. It had many family drawings and drawings of my toys, and outlines and rough drawings of the projects that I might have made in my school days. It also had this dark pictures like bombs and fireworks and empty places, and not much pleasant drawings as well. That is when exactly a chill went down my spine, and I recollected all the nostalgic time that I went through during maybe when I was 9 years, I think. That was a third grade, I remember, and I had witnessed the religious riots that took place in India. If you all have seen this movie Bombay, that movie was just a trailer which I think I saw live, and not as an adult but as a kid. So I remember, that when I opened this box, it was not just going down through the memory lane, but it was like revisiting a very long lost and forgotten part of myself. I think that is the that was the phase of my life where this fear factor entered into my unfeared and free childhood. It was whether it be where I lived, the safety of my surroundings, whether it be any adventurous activities that I involved in it, fear always came up first. I started taking care about, I didn't wanted to make my parents mad. I didn't wanted to make my family members mad. And that fear of losing friends and the teacher punishing or doing something wrong always came in first. And doing something correct was followed by that. So it was like, I think the fear was always there before, but was not focused so much like in the previous childhood days. And it was always like neglected thing. But after that particular phase, I knew that I had a part of my brain which always was alert, which always was scared as well. I'm a very positive mindset person, and I always thought that what exactly helped me get through this fear. Now, if you ask, this is what I thought about myself. But if you ask the people who knew me, let us say my friends and my neighbors and my relatives, they would always say that I was kind of a bindas girl. I was always up for pranks, and I volunteered as leader. I was bold, smart, good enough in studies as well. I was a good friend, a good girl, and skillful and creative. I also have certificates for that as well. But then, how is it that what I see inside me was different from what others see me as? So, definitely, now that I think over it, I understand that there was something that always helped me overcome the fear and be the confident and the self-aware girl that I was back then, in spite of the terror that was traumatizing. So I realize that now, after being an art therapist and a child psychologist, I now know that what helped me coming out of fear during my childhood was being engaged in creativity. So my dad worked abroad, and he always bought me full supplies of this art, craft, and stationaries, beautiful ones, different ones, and a lot of them. So I was the single child in a huge joint family of adults, and like all the things that I had was like mine. So I was free to use it anytime I want. And I made many sketchbooks and scrapbooks and art journals and diaries and handmade gifts, and those best of waste kind of decors and stuff like that. And this is exactly what helped me. Okay, I didn't know that then, however now I know it. But obviously, education, college, marriage, earning, everything came up, life got in way. And what happened? I grew up. So I lost the sight of self. Life was more about impressing others. It was about being what others want or what others like me to be. Fine, isn't it? This for everybody in that particular phase. So all as we grew, life becomes fast enough, right? And it becomes more about what we have to do, and less about why we have to do whatever we are doing. It was up until 11 years ago when I conceived my daughter, and health made me slow down. I had to leave my job because I had to take care of my health, and since a healthy child was a priority, I had to stay at home, and I had a lot of time now. This made me take care of self. It made me help being more self-aware, and I got time to reflect on the repetitive things that I have done in the past few years. Right? I realized that I had long left the creative part of me in the daily hustle and bustle, and I restarted art and craft. I felt really good about it. So much so that I changed my career path altogether. I was a microbiologist, and I used to teach science and tutor the kids who entered the medical entrance exams. But I think I felt more better and more good in when I went into the career, when I stepped up into the profession of art and craft, which was my hobby as well. Initially, it didn't make me feel so happy financially, but I have a supportive set of parents, and that was not that much of a problem. Over to it, I led a guilt-free motherhood. I had abundance of time to give to my infant, my kid, and that is what I think brought back the therapeutic part of creativity into my life. So I restarted journaling when I started storing those milestone memories and those first photographs of my daughter. First time she did this, first time she did that, and all those photographs that we, as a parent, most of us do, at least we remember. Now, if not in scrapbooks, at least on our mobiles, we all, I think, have a folder of some such photographs, right? Which we like to revisit and be happy about. And I think it was up until 8 years ago that I stumbled up this thing called Bujo. Bujo is Bu for bullet, and Jo means journaling. So this Bujo thing on YouTube, I loved it instantly. Mainly because of the gorgeous spreads, the colorful trackers, the stylish stationery that these YouTubers used, and I knew that I had to get into it. I think, but I stepped the wrong foot first. I once again made it more about beautifying my book and thinking about how impressive it will look when someone will read it. I decorated it so well that instead of finding more time to organize my life, I felt like I was wasting it on just a book. It felt like, teenagers not knowing why they are doing what they are doing, right? And that is when I knew that I was doing something wrong. But I also knew that if lakhs of people are following this Bujo thing, there has to be something right in it. And I always loved reading, may it be books or research papers or blogs or anything. That is when I decided to dig deep, and I found out the roots of bullet journaling. Bullet journaling is actually a method founded by this amazing guy called Ryder Carroll. And I first saw, I think, the video of how he made this bullet journaling system and what this bullet journaling thing is on YouTube channel. Then I went out on his website. Feel free to buy his book, The Bullet Journal Method. It doesn't cost much, 600-700 rupees, I think. Or you can even go on his website, www.bulletjournal.com. Amazing place if you want to see how exactly this bullet journaling system became so famous. And today I think there are crores of people in the world using this Bujo method, but yet I think there are crores of people who are not using it. And if you are one of them, welcome here, because I'm going to share the exact understanding, my exact understanding about the bullet journal method of Ryder Carroll. And just to brief about it, it's not about a book, it's not about writing in it or decorating in it, but it is like a whole toolkit. Not even one tool, but a whole toolkit which can be used in different proportions and different combinations to come up with a system that will help you track your past, it will organize your present, and actually plan your future. Okay, now if you are new to what I am saying, I am doing this subscription for different kinds of journaling. Bullet journaling is just one part of it, which is my favorite, and I would like to share it with you. But if you want to go ahead with me through the detail, like live videos and stuffs like that, I have this yearly subscription. You can connect with me on this number, and I will let you know about it. Okay. So coming back to why does this bullet journal help? So Ryder Carroll, the founder himself, he was an attention deficit disorder person. He suffered from this ADD, and that is how he actually devised this method, which helped him stay organized and stay focused. And that is when, now if you see what Ryder Carroll does, he is like a super person who has been helping with this method in many different organizations throughout the world. Bullet journaling helps in concentration, even if your focus is good. But if you find it hard to concentrate, I hope it is clear that these are two different things. It helps in procrastination. If you have piled up tasks, and if you feel you don't realize it until it becomes overwhelming, this is the perfect thing for you. If you are trailing behind due to some kind of self-doubt, again, this is the best method as far as I think. It helps in bringing in order and discipline. It helps in learning and practicing the organization tricks that actually helps, and not just the ones which feels good on Insta Reels, And the system is so forgiving. Yet it is so practical that you can continuously learn and grow, even if you have some trials and errors while going through this. And it is like a cross between a planner, diary, notebook, a to-do list, and for people like me, a sketchbook as well. All right. So it helps you going through the process of bullet journaling basically makes you realize that productivity is a challenge. Let us accept it. The productivity is a challenge, and the reality is that no one except yourself, has to solve this challenge. Okay. Bullet journaling helps you realize that it is easy to solve this challenge. Even if it is a challenge, it is quite doable by you yourself. You don't need any guru basically for this. If the method is if the system is followed and practiced correctly. So what does this Bujo has? Bujo bullet journaling method has symbols and systems and templates, cycles and funnels and lists, and all these words might feel overwhelming, but they are so simple. They are so supportive that the cluttered, faulty wired brain becomes less scattered, and you feel less frustrated every time you practice bullet journaling. Clinically, it helps in coping with PTSD, OCD, ADD, anxiety and stuff like that. But non-clinically as well, it helps you to enjoy simple stuffs like planning an event or some party which might feel more stressful. However, it should feel stressless, right? It's a fun event. It helps to manage relationships as a partner, or maybe as a caregiver, a parent, a teacher, a coach, a boss, or even an employee. It helps you to see your future and plan for it rather than just dreaming about it. Maybe you're thinking about like 5 years down the line, or 1 year down the line, or maybe a few months from now, or even few weeks from now, or might as well it be today. Everything fits in the bullet journal really well. We all have this, we all have sabotaged some other resolutions that we have made. It makes us feel bad, right? What happens? Let's say some new day is coming up. Let's say my birthday. Fine. So what I think that, okay, from my birthday onwards, I will be doing this. You sabotage some resolution. Then again, maybe Diwali comes up into picture, New Year comes up into picture, or some holy festival comes up into picture, and you decide that okay, today is a very auspicious day, and I will start doing so and so. You make new resolutions, and something or the other comes up, and you sabotage it again. Again, it's by the time you know it's end of December, and New Year is going to come, and you again make new resolutions and again sabotage it. There has to be something wrong, right? So what is wrong is what you will learn in while you practice this bullet journaling. You will learn that there is some glitch in the system that we are using, which will be corrected by this, and we will understand that moreover to it, for anyone struggling to find their self and to find their place outside in this digital age that we are living in, that is where this is going to help. We have access to so much knowledge nowadays that for kids, being smart is like a new normal. Everyone is smart, every kid is smart nowadays, and at times it is heavy, I think, for the kids to know it all. There are, let's say, if there is one particular topic for which you need to find out some information, there are pages and pages full of knowledge and information, and yet it feels less. So it either stresses them out, or it demotivates them, or it just breaks down the self-confidence. Let aside the self-awareness, the confidence is only so low that it feels really not good about oneself. So throughout the series of bullet journaling, I will be sharing what I learned and how I use the bullet journaling method. I will help as much as possible in how you can use the toolkit as per your needs if you have subscribed for the annual thing. And I will also share about my version of bullet journaling for kids, while I share how my daughter uses Bujo now, and how her friends uses Bujo now. And my whole vision here is to help you not make the mistakes that I made. And my mission is to aid you to teach not only your inner child, but any kid that you are a guardian of, if at all. And I always wish that I learned this when I was small, but nevertheless, it's never late, and that is what we will be doing in the series, the next series that is coming up for this bullet journaling. So in the next video, we will be learning about the actual vocabularies, the actual words that we will be using. It might be few scientific or psychological words, but I want you all to understand that while we do Bujo, it's not to learn psychology or science as a subject, okay? So don't be dreaded by it. It's very simple. We actually think about those stuffs on daily basis. It's just that maybe we are not aware about that vocabulary as such. We don't know the words as such. It's quite simple. It's quite basic. And that is what we are going to try to make our life as well. Simple and yet amazing. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.